again. Okay, whatever. Okay, ég að horfa, I am watching top 10 best fidget spinners all time.
Hey everyone, this is Trendcrave here, and in today's video, we're going to be going through the top 10 coolest fidget spinners, and I'm sure some of you guys are like, what are you even talking about, okay? These are these things that you spin around on your hand and fingers and stuff like that. They spin around a ton, and they're just blowing up. They've been blowing up the past couple months. I've been trying to put off a video doing these, but they've turned into such a huge trend that it's kind of like I'm being forced into it. It's a problem you have when trend is in your name. But anyways, before we actually get into this list, I really appreciate if you guys leave a like on the video. If we can break 9,000 likes, that would be insanely awesome. And also make sure to comment down below and tell me if you've got a fidget spinner. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It always really helps out. But let's go ahead and get into this top 10. And in the number 10 spot, we've got Ray Peanut, and this guy makes a bunch of crazy awesome. Custom fidget toys, and this one is a Batman fidget toy. This thing looks sick. It's not the most functional one because it's not like the best at spinning, but it still looks really awesome.
I personally like the one with the spaces. I think it's nicer, and you can see how it spins, and you see how it's pulling the hand back and forth. The reason, of course, is that this is an unbalanced design. It's not really perfect for a spinner.
Moving on to number 9, we've got an alien design or a maze type design fidget spinner, and some people call it different things, but this one, it looks really cool and it spins pretty well as well.
One thing about this piece is it feels piece of art. It's not a small little tiny piece. I mean, it's about the hand, and it feels nice. It feels substantial. It feels like you're holding something. I like the fact that I can see my through the spinner as much as I can because of all those cuts, and I like the fact that I like the how the lines show up in the pattern as well.
Heading over to number 8, we've got one from a guy named Magnus, and this guy, he actually custom made this one himself, and it's more of like a cube type thing. It's different than most of the other custom spinners that you see. They're all like, thin and that kind of stuff. It's a big cube, which is basically one of the reasons why I included this on this list, because it looks cool and it kind of is set apart from the other ones.
Oh, look at that. Let's get a close-up on that.
In the number 7 spot, we've got a 99,999 plus RPM fidget toy spinner. This thing, it can go fast. It's one of the better ones for that, and just for functionality and that kind of stuff. It's like a circle. It looks pretty cool. It's really clean, and this guy shoots like an air pressure gun.
I'm gonna talk Icelandic. Pabbi, please, ekki spyrja mig. Okay? Okay. Thank you for that weird Icelandic voice.
Type thing. It can make it go super fast.
Love it already. Meh.
Moving on to number 6, we've got a YouTuber named Steven Scherer, and basically what he did was he used a kind of normal fidget spinner, and he put a bunch of rockets on there and lit them up and recorded them on video. So this isn't like, a different type of spinner or something like that. I just thought this would be a cool one to include.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1. One's lit, two's lit, 3. Here we go.
All lit. Let's
Run
get
for
out
the
of here.
hole. Uh-oh.
Heading over to number 5, we've got a YouTuber named John Hyzus. I probably said his name wrong, I'm sorry about that, but he made a steel shuriken fidget spinner, and this was custom made, he made it himself, and this thing, it's probably one of the more dangerous ones on the list. I definitely wouldn't be the most carefree person with this one, because I'd be worried about it, like, slashing my hand. It's basically a ninja star.
Wait. I need to do one thing. I need to do it. Do you see me? Do you want to see me more? I have to see myself more. Okay, I think this is enough. Yes. This, my beautiful fidget spinner. Okay, ik ga nu een pauze.
In the number 4 spot, we've got a YouTuber named RevanTK421, and this guy, he made a super cool DIY spinner. You can make it at home pretty much as long as you have all the stuff for it, of course, but this was made out of, like, bike chains, so he used bike chains, some zip ties, gear, that kind of stuff, put it all together and turned it into a spinner, and this thing actually looks pretty cool. I actually really love the design for this one, which was kind of a surprise to me because it was a DIY, but the way the bike chains go around in the circle and all that kind of stuff, it just works really well.
Inside of the chain, just like this. Now take your other zip tie and do the same for the other side. Now just cut the ends of the zip ties off, and there you go. And that's how easy it is.
Moving on to number 3, we've got an LED spinner, and this is basically a spinner with a bunch of LED lights at the very end. So the reason that this works and looks really cool is because when the LEDs are spun around and they're on, especially in the dark, it looks really cool with all the lights. Heading over to number 2, we've got Ray Pina. If you guys remember him, he was on the list earlier for his Batman spinner, and this time, he's got a Spider-Man hand spinner. This thing looks amazing. I gotta be honest, this is probably one of my favorite ones in this entire list. Just out of all of them, it's probably one of my favorite custom-made spinners that there is. That's based off looks, not function, because this one's really big, and it's kind of hard to spin sometimes, especially if you have small hands.
I see why it's hard to spin it.
It is thick. It is big. This is not for little hands. As you can see, it barely fits in my hands. It is big, and this is the smallest I could make it to make sure that I can put a bearing in it and at the center of mass to make it balanced. And there it is. You can see how this thing spins.
And finally, the number 1 spot, we've got a YouTube channel called ADHD's World. And this one, it's not the best design, but this one is probably the most exciting out of all of these. The reason I say that is because these guys essentially made a fidget spinner out of knives, and then on top of that, put a bunch of steel wool all around on it, lit it on fire, and then spun it around with like an air pressure gun type thing. It was a Spicy.
Fucking kitchen knife blades on them. I haven't seen a fidget spinner quite like this yet. That's definitely fucking interesting. That's fucking scary. Here it goes. Oh, that went all the way in, dude. And then bounced out a little bit. Don't know how it's gonna work out. I don't know if these are gonna stay on here or not, but hopefully they do, and this will work out and be an awesome sparkling fidget spinner. For it. Good. Now that's the most dangerous fidget spinner.
Those are the clips that I have for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video. If we can break 9,000 likes, that would be insanely awesome. I really appreciate that, you guys. Also, make sure to comment down below which one of these fidget spinners you thought was the coolest. Which one was your favorite? Of course, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because that always really helps out. By the way, just so you guys know, I'm going to leave all the original links to these videos down in the description, so if you want to see more of a certain spinner, how it was made, all that kind of stuff, you guys can go check that out. And I think some of these you can buy off of their videos. I think most of them aren't able to because they're custom, but all the power to you. And anyways, if you want to see another video kind of similar to this one, make sure to go ahead and check out my last video.
Okay. I want to get the spider one. Spider-Man one and the block one, like a cube, and then what is the DIY one, and the chain one. So yeah, this is everything for this video. I will not do a giveaway. Nope. It's my only fidget spinner. Sorry about that. Can I talk English again? Icelandic again? Okay. Pabbi, ekki spyrja mig.